Hey everybody, welcome back to the Etsy Underachievers with Jessica Trueblood, and I am your host, Jessica Trueblood. Welcome. If you're not already a member of the Underachievers group on Facebook, I would love to have you, so pop on over and join the group. Okay, today we're talking about free versus paid shipping. Now, if you're in an Etsy group, whether you're in the community Etsy page or on a Facebook group, this topic comes up in my group almost every single day. And it is, I would say it's the thing that people debate. One of the top things we debate in the group. So basically the questions that come up the most, and we'll talk a little bit about here. So which one should I use for my shop? Should I do free shipping? Should I do paid shipping? The second one would be, does it matter? Do buyers really look at that? Does Etsy care? Is that going to give me an edge? And then, again, what do buyers want? And I think you'll find that the answers are, there's a wide variety of ways this can go, right? Some people really want free shipping and will search it out. Some people don't care. So the big things that I wanted to mention, which should you be using? I think, the punchline here is there's no right answer. There's no one answer to this question that will apply to everyone and be appropriate for every shop. I think the answer here is whatever is best for your shop is what you should do. And in my experience, there's some trial and error here when you are a business owner, right? Etsy is no different. Figuring out what strategies are going to be best for you, and this is no different. So there's going to be some trial and error, right? You try free shipping, and then you switch it back, you see what works. And the third thing I want to talk about, which is probably the most important thing, is always price for profit. Okay, no matter what's going on, no matter what new fee structure or any sort of promotion that Etsy's running that you want to opt into, you have to be able to afford it. So the important thing, and I'll show you an example, is you have to be able to, whatever you choose for shipping, you have to be able to afford it, and you have to be able to continue to have a profitable business no matter which way that you choose. All right. So let's talk a little bit about why it's so important to price for profit. Excuse me. A whole separate training that I'm working on is all about profit and what the numbers mean in your financial reports, as well as things like profit margin. And the bottom line here is running a business means that you need to make sure you're pricing for profit. And part of your pricing structure is, the materials that you use, right? All of the costs of selling on Etsy. So the listing fees, the transaction fees, all of that. The shipping fees, whether you ship on Etsy or outside of Etsy, that cost comes from somewhere. Okay. So make sure that you've thought about that. And then your labor. So those are the three things that go into your pricing structure. So what I would recommend, the first thing here is, if you want to play with free shipping or paid shipping, get estimates for the cost to ship your items. Okay. You can do that on, the post office website. You can go into a post office and have them weigh your item. You can look at Pirate Ship. You can look at Shipping Easy, Shippo. You can look at Etsy. You can go right to the post office website. And you want to get an idea for how much it will cost to ship the item, whether you pay for it or the customer does. Then you want to know, what's your profit margin right now? Meaning how much of the sale of the item becomes profit for you versus what either is taken by Etsy or what goes back into what it took to create the item. Okay, so the profit is what you're making over top of all your expenses and the cost of doing business on Etsy. What's your profit margin? And then can you add the shipping cost in this case, to the price of the item? And will it will it fly, right? Sometimes, depending on how much it will be to ship your item, it may not work. Can you easily add that cost to your item if you want to do free shipping? Okay. Okay, let's look at this case study really quick. Excuse me. So this is a baking set that I sell in my shop. Now, this is a screenshot from, um, a long time ago. This was near the first year I was selling on Etsy. And I had shockingly very little knowledge about pricing for profit at this time. So I made up pricing. I wasn't paying myself any kind of a living wage or my labor I basically took the cost of the items and then just sort of picked a number. Wasn't looking at the Etsy fees, any of that. So in this listing, it was free shipping. So this item, so $17.95 was what the customer paid, and then I paid for the shipping out of my profit. So let's look at this example here. Okay, so this is the item I was just showing you, $17.95. The numbers were the sale price, $17.95. At the time, the Etsy fees, $1.05. The shipping label. So for me to ship this to the customer, I was paying for basically a $3 shipping label from Etsy. And then the materials were $7.20. So out of this $17.95, I was getting $6.65 of profit, which, is not bad, right? Well, when I looked at taking away free shipping, I decided that two things. One is that I decided to pay myself a living wage, which is a totally different presentation. So the numbers won't be exactly the same. So I ended up changing the price of the item to this, and I put a calculator in place that helped me calculate all my fees, help me calculate the time it takes me to make these items and ship them and everything, times my labor rate. Okay. The other thing I did is I took away the free shipping. So what happened was the sale price became this. That included my time. Then the Etsy fees were here. It's, the Etsy fee plus the 15-cent shipping label because I was shipping outside of Etsy. I wasn't paying for the shipping anymore. That was coming out of the customer's pocket. The materials were still the same. So look at the change in profit here. Now you could say, well, you could just take this price and increase it, go up $3. And you totally could. I guess my point is, no matter if the price goes, if the shipping price goes on here or not, you want to make sure that you've accounted for it so that you get the profit that you want. So if you know that you want to make 60% profit margin on each of your items, then you do that calculation, and the cost of the item, it becomes a math equation versus just picking random numbers. And then you have to decide, is that something that the customers will pay? And right. And put it out there and try it. So I think the last thing I wanted to say is, 26. So I went from a 26% profit margin to 65, which I was really happy with. Okay, what's going on? So the bottom line for me, I turned off all my free shipping. 2020, I changed my listings from free shipping to paid by buyer. I kept the free shipping over 35 guarantee on, which is another conversation, but I left that on. What happened? I got more sales than ever. In fact, my shop exploded that year. So was that the reason? I don't know. But what I will say to you is try it. There's no right answer here. I mean, I personally know that free shipping is not free. So when I see it, it doesn't sway me, but a lot of people, it does. So try, if you're doing paid shipping, switch it to free and add that cost into your item. If you're doing free shipping, try a paid, right? You just need to adjust your pricing for whichever way you want to go so that you're not giving up your profit to try these things. And let me know how it goes. Either put a comment here or over in the Facebook group. Let me know how your experiment went.